The UK travel vlog is from I'm always down to bully the British. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. It is from a creator that I like, King Koki, aka
England, a mysterious damp
Martina.
island, and the birthplace of such excellent phrases as poppycock, blimey, and bottle of water. Is
Bottle
this
of
island as
water.
beautiful and posh as the movies suggest? Does it rain all the time? And
Yeah.
is there an obsession with shrubbery, as Monty Python has led me to believe? In this video, I'd like to share my cultural observations and findings from my very first trip to the British Isles as a Canadian.
Hey, Muse.
Grab yourself a good cup of tea. Lipton, I've been told, does not count because we're flying to England. Jolly good. I wonder if I'll run into any of the great
allowed
detectives.
high redeem.
Oh, what's that? You
I
mean
announce
Sherlock
myself
Holmes?
loudly
No,
every
no, no.
morning to interrupt what you're
Nubbleberry, you
doing.
plum? You what?
Yep.
What?
But it's for other people. I know that some people don't know that, like, I usually do greet people if they come in and just say hello. But,
The
you know,
beautiful British countryside.
that way they know for sure I'm
Absolutely
going to say
stunning,
hello
isn't it?
back.
This adorable town checks off all the cliche house builds I expected to see in the UK. And I found out a few scenes for Harry Potter were actually filmed in this town, so yes, it does literally look just like the movies to me. However, I'd like to fully admit from the get-go that I am not above childish humor. In this case, I was flabbergasted that only I, in the group of people I was with, found this town name to be so very humorous.
Uh-oh.
Lecoq?
Yeah!
And while we're
Alright,
talking about
Martina.
funny words, there were quite a few moments when I felt like I was visiting a non-English
Please give
speaking
£1
country.
for care of
Could someone
Lecoq.
from the UK please explain what this is? Don't worry, I did Google it when I got home and discovered that haberdashery is a complicated way of saying business person who sells small articles for sewing, dressmaking, and knitting, such as buttons, ribbons, and zippers. How Pride and Prejudice. And it turns out it was very popular in the 1900s, but apparently it might be making a comeback. I
Haberdashery.
ran across these chips, or as they say in the UK, crisps, at the train station. Biggleswade Sweet Chili Crisps. Biggleswade is a place, but it actually sounds like something you'd name your adorable pet pig.
Yes.
Biggleswade, get over here right now, you cute little oinker.
After seeing Lecoq
I
and
agree.
Biggleswade, I had to do some ye old-fashioned Googling to see if there were any more names out there that I should be aware of. And let me tell you, I've made a list of my favorites. Brace
Of
yourself.
course she has.
Booty Lane, Brown Willie, Bushy Gap, Cock Alley, Cock Green, Cock Law, Cock and Bell Lane, Cockermouth, Cock and Take, Cockpit Hill, Cockplay, Cox, Cockershoot Close, Cockshut
Storm
Wood,
Frog,
Cock
thank you
Lake
so much for
District,
the follow. I
Flush
appreciate it.
Shank,
Welcome on
Fudge
in.
Pack upon Humber.
Oh, I should change it
Giggles
to
Wick,
just chatting
Golden
while we're in
Balls,
just
Great
chatting mode.
Cock Up, and Little
Oh,
Cock Up,
Muse already got it.
Horny
Thank you,
Horny
Muse.
Road. And at this point, Lecoq really doesn't seem that bad anymore. Long and horny road, doo doo. A lesser known
Yeah,
Beatles
not
song.
too late. I'm still doing art too. We're just taking a handbrake. So we're just watching Martina's vlog about
Before I
going to the
visited
UK.
Scenes from Pride and Prejudice and the quirky Harry Potter buildings seemed like stuff out of someone's imagination. But then I stumbled across such magical looking places, like this atmospheric old firehouse pub in Exeter. It's giving me very Leaky Cauldron pub vibes, and they serve up a great selection of cider. The Crooked House in Windsor
Cider!
is clearly magical, and it gives me Weasley family home vibes. Look at how slanted this is. How is it
Still standing.
And the Christmas Steps in Bristol? It's obviously a place to buy magical items like Diagon Alley. You cannot convince me otherwise. With
Yeah, I'm
ye
having to
olde
do it
painted
because of my hand
dragons and
surgery
stone
mostly.
carvings, narrow
So I try to
twisted
take 30-minute
passageways,
breaks
and
every couple
clearly
hours.
the double-decker night bus in the background, I can confirm that yes, magic exists in the UK, whether the grumbly muggles see it or not. And although I wasn't dressed for the part, I couldn't resist a dramatic cliffside spin in honor of Lizzie from Pride and Prejudice. And this nifty view from Old John Tower in Leicestershire allowed a clear view of a sprawling manor. And just like Lizzie, it reminded me of how very powerful I am in comparison.
The definition of rain. What is
really
the UK's
don't know what
definition of
everyone is
rain?
complaining about regarding the weather, because it was absolutely fantastic when I visited.
Of course it
just,
was.
Okay. Wait, never mind. It came for me.
On my adventures in the UK, I discovered that you cannot trust the average Brit's response
Yeah.
to the question, should I bring an umbrella? Do I need to have my slicker boots?
Oh, is
Now,
that you shrimp?
I consider any
Yeah,
amount of water
I have a
in
desk
the
that's
air
pretty
which
high up,
can
so I
make
don't
me
shrimp
feel
that much.
wet or damp
I also have my
to be
tablet
rain. But
pretty
it turns
vertical,
out that
so
is
that
not
helps.
considered rain to the average Brit. Large amounts of trace water in the air is but a mere sprinkling to them. Most people don't even seem to use umbrellas in weather conditions that I consider to
that's-
be quite
That's like
wet.
us in Florida,
After soaking
honestly.
the front
Like,
of my pants
Floridians
and
are kind of
sneakers
like that.
quite a few times, I decided to buck against the system and bring out my brolly and slickers despite the "it's not raining" remarks from other people. But the rain doesn't have to bring you down. Welcome to Lyme Regis, a town in West Dorset. It was built to allow water to flow downhill to power a mill. If you're looking for a rainy day spot in the UK, Lyme Regis should be your go-to. Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I love her umbrella. It's got stars on it.
This town is unbelievably beautiful. It's like Japan and Venice had a baby. It's just absolutely beautiful. Wow, look at this.
Explore Coombe Street, or Coombe Street, for food and drinks. It's an area so historic and cute, there should be a new word invented to describe it. Like
Scotland?
Histute, or like cutoric,
I don't think
or
that that's
something.
the correct
We
accent
grabbed
for
a
that,
pint,
sorry.
enjoyed the patio view overlooking the hectic ocean, and I love
I haven't ever been to the
every
UK. I
minute
would
of
love to
it.
go.
Wait, so where's my beer?
Yee doggy!
And while we're talking about things to be aware of, beware the British
Oh,
person
nice.
and their
That'd be
definition
fun.
of what a walk entails. To me, a walk is more like a stroll around the neighborhood. If we're going off the sidewalk and into nature,
That's a
I
hike.
would call that a hike, even if
Yep.
it's a small hike, and then
Yep.
I wear the appropriate shoes or pants
Yeah.
or trousers. But I've learned that on all occasions during my visit, going for a walk means you better be prepared for a rough and ready nature walk. Fortunately, I packed my hiking sneakers with me and started taking them with me on all occasions, since you never know when grass and potential mud may get involved.
Yep.
I also
feel like
realized that
Europeans are
during
kinda like
these
that in general.
walks, I also got to encounter several different types of animals from the UK. A casual walk in Bristol turned into climbing down into a gully filled with wild goats. Amazing.
Goats!
Did you know that Bristol has wild goats? I mean, the city
so
knows
cute.
the goats are there, so it's not like they're wild, but
They are just
You like our
walking
walks over
around
here?
doing
Yeah.
goat things.
I wish we had
And
more
look at this
walkable
absolutely
areas.
Epic view of the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol. It spans over the Avon Gorge, and yes,
Yeah.
of course we walk.
I know
up to see
Germans
this
are like
view.
that as
So,
well.
always be prepared.
And Ren always
for
talks
grass,
about going on
hills,
walks, so I
and
assume it's a
nature.
very European thing.
I also realized during these walks that I got to encounter several different animals from the UK. There were goats, a whiteness of swans, and then the
Swans.
UK alpha predator, the seagull.
It's the Florida alpha predator
These
too.
seagulls are no joke. I watched someone lose their whole plate of fish and chips to a
Yep.
horde of seagulls.
Mhm.
We could do nothing to help, only watch. The locals make drawings on the walls
Yeah, no,
and
I'm
sell
the same
seagull
way.
souvenirs.
Storm, like, that's
undoubtedly
definitely what
to
it
warn
is.
others of their constant presence.
Do you like to go by Storm or Frog?
So I get it now.
Or both,
Bring your boots
together.
and roam with the cows carefree when you visit the UK. And speaking of cows, these aren't your average moo-moos. They have opened
they're
their
so
very
cute,
own
though.
24/7 milk vending machine. Wow! Ladies, gents, and them, having lived in Japan for over 6 years, I can appreciate a good vending machine. Located at Axminster Station, you can meet Poppy Cow, offering fresh milk and 6 flavors of milkshake. Now, I love me some milk, so I bought the 1-liter glass bottle, which is now being used as a lovely Vod souvenir, and then milking in process. It was fantastic, but not too creamy, just the right mouthfeel.
Go by both? Cool.
I chugged
I'm
that
the
liter
same way,
like
so.
a British man.
But I still like to make
Screw
sure.
up during penalties. Again. They also sell local free-range eggs, butter,
I may
homemade
switch
fudge,
until I
sausage
figure out
rolls,
what I
and
would
more.
like to call you
I didn't
by
realize
then.
that the UK had such an awesome milk scene, but I'm glad I've discovered it now.
Cows. So cute.
Next, I'll be sharing some of my food adventures from the UK, but first, a cheeky pint. And cheers to Saley, the sponsor of this video. They are a most excellent global eSIM made up by the brainiacs at NordVPN.
If you travel nowadays, you know that data is essential.
Sorry, I don't need to watch the ad. My model.
First,
Thank
we're
you.
off to the
Thank
2024
you.
Curry
If you
Capital
check
of
out
England
credits,
in a
this is
famous
one I
city
didn't
that
make.
starts with an L.
But I do have the
no,
artist
not
listed in my
London.
credits, and
We're
I
going
really
to
love this
Leicester.
model. It's definitely one of my
I had
favorites.
incredible vegetarian Indian food at Mythos Restaurant. The samosa chaat and the palak paneer.
Oh,
are
that looks so
fave of
good.
mine, and they were fantastic. Leicester has been crowned as Curry Capital of England for 2024, and it has Indian, Bangladeshi, and Pakistani food all over the place. Big ups
Yum,
to
yum,
John
yum,
for
yum,
taking us
yum.
out for such a great meal. We traveled to Exeter, a cathedral city, and found some surprising gems. Now, one combination I wasn't expecting in the UK was good old-fashioned pubs and pizza. The old firehouse was not just charming, but also had delicious pan pizza on the menu. It had a bouncy, thick crust.
Yeah, they really
covered
like
generously
curry over
with
there.
tasty
It's like the
toppings,
one
and
thing
it
that they
reminded me
really
of the
have.
homemade sheet pan pizza
They use
at
their
my high school
spices and
friend's
stuff
house.
on.
And if a cold cider and a
Yeah.
wood-fire pizza out of a food truck sounds like your thing,
I love curry,
then Top
too.
Sham Brewery at the Exeter Quay waterfront was also fantastic.
Oh, that pizza
10 out of
looks
10
good.
would return again.
Nom nom nom. I know she's not vegan though.
Well, knock
so.
me down with a feather. I didn't expect Exeter to have such a tasty food
The
scene.
book bag.
Sacred Grounds is a vegan restaurant, and as a true foodie, I review food based on how good it tastes, so I don't care if it's vegan or not. You're getting the same treatment, and this was good food. Scrumptious, savory buckwheat waffles, and the toppings change seasonally. Mine had a lot of delicious, crunchy veg. The Sacred Royale is made with oak-smoked carrot locks, and their award-winning vegan poached eggs, made with silken tofu and witchcraft. Witchcraft, you guys. It was so good. Very doubtful if you could make a poached egg vegan, but yeah, these guys did it. The next day we came back again to try their homemade Jaffa cakes. I've only ever had the packaged biscuit varietal, so this took it to the next level.
Those look good, honestly.
I love a passionate chef and team, so check out Sacred Grounds if you're ever in Exeter for a guaranteed, innovative, and yummy meal.
I've heard of Munchbox, but I haven't ever had one.
And what kind of a trip would it be to the UK if I didn't have fish and chips?
That's right. You better have fish
I'm in
and
Sidmouth,
chips.
a seaside town, and heading to the Pea Green Boat for some posh-o fish and chips so that I don't eat up 10 gallons of greasy fish batter.
Oh.
Hand-cut chunky chips, mushy peas, and battered hake. Not served greasy, just
Ugh.
perfectly crisp.
Haggis does not sound
sprinkle
good to
of
me.
Sea salt on the outside, soft and juicy on the
Oh,
inside.
but those fish and chips, though.
And what if
Those
you-
chips specifically. Gotcha.
Now, I entirely blame my addiction to the Great British Bake Off for luring me into a cake shop. I had to try a Victorian sponge. It's a classic
I mean, it
British
honestly
dessert,
looks good.
and I have never tasted it before. I expected a lighter sponge. This cake was a bit more dense like a pound cake, but it was still soft and delicious. The strawberry jam inside wasn't too thick or sweet, and the buttercream was thick and yummy, not too sweet. The most old people living in Asia too long thing that I can tell you, but
It wasn't too sweet.
any recommendations for a good Victoria sponge would be appreciated, as I must continue my research. For science, of course.
For science.
And I can't complete a video about the UK without a good cup
old
of coffee. That's
cuppa.
right. Located on the coolest looking ye
I follow
olde
several
streets,
British artists,
I had to pass
and
by
they
the
talk about having their
historical marvel,
cuppa
which is
every
dubbed
morning, and
the
I'm just
house
like,
that moved. An exquisite medieval
Your cuppa
merchant
what?
house built in the
And they're like,
1500s
"Cuppa."
sometime.
and I'm like,
Crankhouse is a coffee roaster and a coffee shop.
a cup of what?
Pineapple beans to taste when I get home are
And then
a
like somebody
must.
finally
It
explained to
brings
me
my,
that like a
vacation
cuppa
vibe
is like
back to
a
me,
cup of
but within
Joe,
the comfort of my
and
own
I was
home.
like, oh okay.
I enjoy the
It's like
decor
you
choices.
just
I love the plants
say that you're
and
gonna
the
have a
warm
cup of
colors.
something,
The staff was
and then
helpful
don't tell us.
friendly, but not overly. And the latte and pour over coffee were bang on. Loved it. I would absolutely journey back for this cafe again.
You gotta have your morning cuppa. Cuppa what? Cup of tea? Cause you're British? Like I don't fucking know. You gotta make a cup of these
If you're a
nuts.
baseball
What?
fan, seeing the word bunt
Where'd that come
will
from?
make you think about the technique of making contact with the ball just enough rather than taking a normal swing. However, when it comes
Tea
to the
most
UK,
often, yeah.
that is not bunting. No matter where I went, these little flags were ever present,
buzzing.
decorating the streets, alleys,
I've only
and
had two
patios.
cuppa.
They were
Cuppa
strung up
these
nearly
nuts?
outdoors,
That's right.
indoors,
That's right.
and inside pubs. It seems to be the national decoration of choice. I didn't see
Bunting,
a
yeah.
balloon or flower garden present. It was just bunting all day long. Bunt, bunt, bunt. I, for one, enjoyed the ability of bunting to lift the spirit up and to add a splash of color to the brown, gray, and stone buildings. I love me some bunting now. Now, depending on where in the world you live, the word beach might mean different things to different people. However, if you're invited to go to the beach while in the UK, you might be better prepared if you bring your best hiking shoes rather than flip-flops, as there is an extremely high chance that you'll encounter a lot of rocks. Not sand,
That's
but
sad.
rocks. Rocks!
I know that there are beaches like that though here in the US. They're usually on the seacoast.
But all jokes aside, this was a great
Rocks!
seaside town located in Devon in southwest England. 10 out of 10. Would visit again. It pretty much looked like a live-action Studio Ghibli movie. I mean, just look at this beauty.
Yeah. There's sand beaches. I mean, there's sand at this beach too. I think she just means like the spot between like the main
Yes,
area
it
and
looks
like to the
Sidmouth,
sand.
but it's pronounced Sidmouth, and it has great
Sidmouth.
vibes. This is one gigantic chair. Oof. All right. Got it. Gentle. First try. No one saw anything except for these two people. and these
Sea
three
glass
dogs.
is really pretty.
Where were we? Ah, yes, walking the shores of Sidmouth. If you follow the red cliffs, you'll come across a massive incline. And after following
Yeah,
it,
this is
you'll be
almost
on the
done.
top of the cliff
Okay.
in an ancient magical
The ad won't happen
fortress
before the
in
video's done.
ruins. Only flowers bloom now.
Only flowers.
Look, this is my video. I can spin whatever story I believe occurred here.
It's really pretty.
As I watched people play cricket with thatched roof cottages in the background, I ate ice cream so good it broke all my previous records. Sorry, Crimea.
Ooh.
This is the most insanely rich and delicious
If
ice
only
cream
British
I have
names were
ever
pronounced
beheld
consistently.
in my life.
Yes.
I have no video footage for you because I just ate it. I went for a double scoop of lemon curd and clotted cream, and it nearly sent me into a coma. It was so rich and delicious, and
Sounds
I
good.
ate it before I could film it. But just massive big ups to Chef Matthew Weaver for inventing Weaver's ice cream. Check it out at the Fort Cafe in Sidmouth.
Sounds good. I would
I hope
definitely
now
have
you
tried
have a
that.
much deeper understanding of this wonderfully strange little island, or maybe I've left it more confusing than when we started. I'll just have to go back again and do more research.
That's right. Just have
And
to go
once
back
again,
again.
Thank you so much to the sponsor of this video, Saley.
Yeah, the
Do
Kingfisher
not
mural
forget
was
to check
pretty.
out that info box and use the code KingKogi to
Sound
get
like that
yourself
she has
an
the little
excellent discount
detective's hat.
on your first eSIM purchase. Keep keeping it cool in the King Kogi village, and I will see you
Yay!
on the interwebs.
Thank you, Martina. That was a wonderful video. I always love Martina's videos. They're very nice. A deer hunter hat? Oh, is that what they are? I didn't know that they were a hunter hat. I've always associated them with, uh, like detectives and stuff.